Hello, beautiful people. Today we are going to talk about everything that I plan to read in April. If you are new to my channel, hello, I am April. You can think of me as your fairy bookish godmother. My goal on this channel is to hook you up and me with our next 5-star read. And these are just a few of the books that live rent-free in my head. If you like what you see, I hope you'll stick around, stay a while, click subscribe, hit the bell. All right, let's get into it. So I've got a little pile here of books that I would like to read, a couple of which I am currently reading. So I will tell you about those first. The first is me and everyone else on the planet. We're all reading Sunrise on the Reaping, or The Weeping. Apparently it is very sad at the end. I am halfway through, really enjoying it. This is the latest in the Hunger Games series. It goes back from Katniss's time, I think 25 years, to Haymitch's moment. And I'm really liking it so far. This is definitely rivaling the Hunger Games for me. I read the other one. What was it called? The one that focuses on when the Hunger Games, just before the Hunger Games was created and follows President Snow. I didn't really like that one very much. So I'm much preferring this one. Definitely good timing. It's a dystopian kind of book about, if you don't know, a bunch of kids from different districts. We've got different classes basically. And every year, 2 kids from each district are forced to fight to the death in an arena. Very Romanesque, but also a little bit of America at this moment. I really have been enjoying the whole series. I read The Hunger Games when it first came out. Really liked it. And again, loving this. In this book, I think because it's the 50th anniversary of the Hunger Games, they have decided to have double the amount of kids fighting to the death. Very upsetting, but really liking it so far. So I am going to finish this in April. If I don't finish it before, you might see me next week or something wrapping this up in my March wrap up. Who knows? But plan to finish that up. I also want to finish up the Safekeep. This is I think it won the Booker, if I'm not mistaken. This won the Booker, and it takes place in early 1960s. We meet a woman on the Dutch countryside. She lives in her mother's house. Her mother has since passed away. And she has a pretty isolated life. She doesn't go out much. She does visit her brothers sometimes. And she meets her brothers for dinner once, and one of them brings his new girlfriend. Now, sounds like he has girlfriends in and out of his life a lot. So she's like, here's the latest. But this one, it seems, is staying, because not soon after they meet, her brother stops by with his girlfriend and says, I have to leave for some sort of business opportunity. Can my girlfriend stay with you? This is meant to be my house as much as it's yours. And so she extremely reluctantly says yes. Now, this woman is unlikable, very unlikable. She is mean, callous, cruel at times. And so she says yes, but she is so possessive over her possessions, and in particular her mother's possessions, which she's not even sure are her mother's. She and her brothers don't remember moving into this house with things. They showed up and there was already things. And they remember it during wartime. Since then, obviously the war has ended. It's the early 60s. But she's very possessive over all of the things, and then things start going missing. And I'm assuming she's going to blame the girlfriend. Liking it so far, really hating the main character. She is horrible. So I want to continue that. I also recently watched a video from Jen Campbell, who I just adore. And she's been reading a lot of TM Logan books, and one of them was called Lies. And I think I want to read that in April as well. It's a thriller. and it follows a man who, there's something inside of him that decides to, I believe, follow his wife. I don't know if he follows her or if he like sees her out and about when she should be at work or something along those lines, at a hotel, and he decides to like follow her in that moment. She gets into an argument with a family friend of theirs, a man, and just as he's about to intervene, I think she leaves in that moment, and he goes out and has a really bad altercation with this man. In the midst of this altercation, I think the man goes down and hurts himself, and he's about to like go and try to help this guy, but his son has an asthma attack, and they don't have the puffer or anything, and he needs to leave to go and take care of his son. Once he knows his son is okay, I believe he goes back to find out how the guy is doing, and the man has disappeared, and then he starts getting texts on his phone. And I don't know much more about it than that. But it's so far, TM Logan so far seems to be getting the seal of approval from Jen Campbell. And that means a lot to me because she introduced me to Nikki French, who I adore so much. So I would love to try out some TM Logan because I've never done that before. And then I've got 3 other books here that I would love to read. One, all of these have been on past TBRs and just haven't been read, but I still am wanting to reach for them. The first is Pet. This is like a literary fiction mystery kind of book that follows a girl in her class. I think she's in middle grade. She's 12 years old, and she is very much drawn to her new teacher. All of the kids are. And in her own way, she makes all of the kids like class pet or teacher's pet, whatever the saying is. So she'll ask each individual to do like certain things for her, and everyone wants to be her favorite. But I believe things happen, something happens. A thief begins to target the school, and our main character, Justine, starts to sense that there's something wrong, and her feeling of that grows greater and greater. And I don't know what happens from there, but it just sounds absolutely wonderful. Got this for Christmas from Barry. Still need to read it. I'd also really like to read The Glassmaker by Tracy Chevalier. I started this, and then I believe I just got transported to another book for some reason or another, but I'm only like 34 pages in. So this takes place in Venice in 1486, and we follow different glassmaker families. One of the families that we follow, the patriarch has recently passed away, and I don't know, I think there might be boys or men who could take over, but the person who is actually good at glassmaking is a woman. And so she, I think, tries to step in and take over for her father. And as you can imagine, at this time, that's not really encouraged for women to have a career. I love Tracy Chevalier. I love her all of her books are feminist, and I love it. She takes little pockets of time, and explores women's lives. Sometimes the women have like fairly ordinary existences, but they end up doing extraordinary things. And I just really adore her writing. So I'd love to probably start all over again with The Glassmaker. And last but not least is the new Nat Cassidy, When the Wolf Comes Home. This is coming out in April, and so I would love to read this. Nat Cassidy is a horror author who writes feminist books of horror. A couple of books that he did. One of them was about like menopause, and another was about postpartum depression. And in this one, we follow a woman named Jess. She is an actress, and one night, I believe she finds a boy outside her door or her apartment building, and she goes to help him, and then his father, who seems abusive, kind of comes after them, and there's some sort of violent altercation, and now Jess is like fleeing with this boy to try to keep him safe, to try to keep her safe, and just danger follows them everywhere they go. So I would love to read this as well. And I think those are all of the books that I would like to read in April. I mean, I have so many books that I'm on hold for at my library just for the audiobook. So I'm sure some of those will come through and I'll end up reading more than these. But hopefully, especially the ones that have been on several TBRs, I'd really like to get to them. That is the plan. Let me know in the comments below, what are you planning to read in April? I would love to know. Anything good? Any new releases? Or are you trying to like read through your backlist? Lord knows I should be doing that more than I do. I'd love to know, and I will talk with you guys very soon. Goodbye.